It's the gilt on the gingerbread, the icing on the cake. It's monuments and mirror glass, the city's on the make. The devil takes the hindmost and no one counts the cost. It's such a sweet seduction. Love. You could call it ambition, but someone must be greed. Don't want you for a friend if you're a friend in need. Not gonna tell the truth if you swallow a lie. I want the icing on the cake. Love.
Look, Sloane said nothing about any money.
It doesn't matter what Sloane says. I want my money.
There isn't any. Now give me the baby and cut the histrionics.
Wait! Come and get it, rich boy.
Vince! Vince! Are you all right?
Nice timing, cousin.
Chelsea, for heaven's sake, sit down.
I'm just worried, that's all.
Well, of course you're worried. We're all worried. Like some more tea, Cara?
No, thanks.
Can't say I blame you. I'm practically awash with the ghastly stuff myself. Something a little stronger?
No, honestly, I'm fine, Maxine.
Are you sure?
Mum, stop organising everyone.
Well, I'm only trying to be helpful. I mean, I'm not enjoying this situation any more than you are. Chelsea.
I'm just checking.
There is nothing we can do. We just have to sit and wait, and sooner or later Miranda will come back. She'll be right as rain, mark my words.
Maxine,
Yes.
shut up.
I'm sure I've seen just about everything you've done on television. Remember that marvellous interview with Margaret Mead?
You don't look old enough to remember that.
She isn't.
There are some people who are just naturals in the medium. I mean, you just had her eating out of the palm of your hand. Did you see that show, Magda?
No, I didn't, Gemma.
Oh. So, tell me more about yourself. Are you married?
Are you?
Of course. It's so fashionable.
Her husband owns the bar, doesn't he, Gemma? Any minute now, she'll have to run along and do something frightfully useful to help out. While we carry on discussing business.
Oh, I'm in no hurry. Unless you want another drink, ma'am.
I'm trying to work, Gemma.
Don't let me stand in your way, Magda. I love listening to intelligent people.
She's fine.
Oh, she looks beautiful. Oh, thank you.
It was touch and go there, but we're here now.
Like a brandy?
Bit of a dust-up, but I'm glad to say they were outclassed.
Trying to tell us you're a hero now, Rex?
Are there any such people anymore? Of course, my cousin did come miraculously to my aid.
Oh, Alistair, thank you. Olivia should be told. She'll be worried. And tell her we're a family again and we want her here.
I'll try.
Would you?
As soon as I got cleaned up.
Are you all right, Rex? Were you hurt?
Oh, it's nothing.
I'd rather talk about you. All this talk about me is getting a bit boring. Born Christchurch, father greengrocer, favourite colour teal blue. What else do you need to know?
I'd like to see your neuroses pared to the bone. That's why I want you to write a column for us. We can start with Christchurch, greengrocers and teal blue. Then we'll get down to the real nitty-gritty.
I've been through all of this before, you know. You write the stuff, you put your heart and your soul into it, and then some yo-yo sub-editor gets hold of it and wrings the life out of it. I'm too old and fragile to take the pain anymore.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'll handle your copy. And I promise I won't touch a single syllable of your breathtaking prose without your permission.
Breathtaking prose. I can see you're a woman of great perception. I love intelligent women. They're so adept at flattery.
We usually pay about 300. But of course, in your case, you're so rich and successful, I'm sure you'd be happy to do it for nothing. A trial column wouldn't hurt, now would it?
Maybe. If you tell me a bit more about yourself.
Favorite color, champagne? What else do you need to know?
What sort of champagne?
French. Very dry. Oh, my God.
Poppy! Over here.
Yoo-hoo! Oh, Magda.
Oh, perhaps we should leave these two alone together.
It's okay. It's good news. Miranda's back.
Oh, is she all right?
All in one piece.
Oh, thank God. You were able to get there in time, then?
Oh, just as well. Rex was in a bit of a tight spot, but I'll spare you the details.
Oh, Alistair.
Congratulations, Al. A very brave act.
No, it's nothing.
Oh, come on. You can drop the false modesty with us. Facing a bunch of kidnappers is not nothing.
Oh, I don't know. When you're a Redfern, you get used to this sort of thing.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got some work to do. Good night.
Well, Caro must think you're quite the hero. Well, he is.
Well, there's competition for that title. But there is one person she would like to see. She wants you to come back home.
Only one person who ever really understood me. Magda. And I mean that most sincerely. Poppy, I don't know how to thank you. A quality that I most admire is integrity. Integrity. That's what Magda has. Most definitely. Magda looks after a friend when she's down. She looks after you when you're down. It's all that time I spent at Brownies as a child. And when you're down, some of us have had hard lives. But Magda, she's a beautiful person. What's the matter with you?
Ice?
Here. Let me help.
But I shouldn't be intruding. Am I intruding?
No, of course not, Poppy. Take this. Look, I've got a towel upstairs.
Nah,
if
look,
you'd like a
that's
hand.
fine. I better get home anyway. I'll call you tomorrow.
I want you to know that I regard you with the utmost respect. Respect. And I mean that most sincerely. Drop dead, Poppy.
You've made the right decision.
I've gone back on my word. I said I wouldn't go there again.
Oh, that's just pride talking. I'm sure nobody thought you meant it. Of course you must be able to visit your old home.
It's just too much. Rex, the family.
I know.
I've just had enough. At my time of life, I feel I need... Oh, I don't know what I need. I think it's peace.
Are you telling me you're giving up?
I'm telling you, I'm worn out.
Yes.
I seem to have been fighting all my life. And for what? I'll have to go there tomorrow. Sometimes I think I'm being heartless. Sometimes I think... Oh, I don't know what I think.
Do you want to see Miranda?
It's silly to be so fond of a little baby.
It'd be sillier not to be.
Happy?
course. I'm thrilled and delighted that the baby's back. The only problem is, how can you tell that you got the right one? Well, I mean, you could have slipped a cuckoo into the red fern nest. No? Well, you can't afford to take anything for granted these days, least of all parentage. Who knows more about that than us? Now, about our little meeting today. Good. I'm really looking forward to it.
Sharpen your talons, partner. This is the big one.
You'll be going to work, I suppose?
Running late, yeah. Is everything all right?
Oh, she's gone to sleep finally.
Good, good. Of course, I realise we should be talking about my moving out.
Oh, yes.
It'd be quite inappropriate for me to stay, I do realise that. After all, it was my fault that Olivia left, and I know you're very upset about that. And now that Miranda's back, you'll be wanting things to get back to normal, so I'll be moving out right away. Today, if you like.
You don't have to make it right away.
Well, I don't mind staying on, just until you get settled down again.
I don't mind.
Just for a week or so.
You mustn't expect anything from this visit, Alistair. I hope you understand my mind is made up. I'm only making this one visit because of the exceptional events that have happened in the family.
It's Caro you have to convince, not me.
I'm doing this against my better judgment. Have a nice time.
Don't say a word. The Kama Sutra first thing in the morning on an empty stomach is more than any human being can take. Oh, God, I feel like death. Jasmine?
Yes?
Where is the food?
You can't eat that junk, Magda. I won't let you. Dead animals, dead plants. Think about your karma.
I know about my karma. It is strictly carnivorous. I know I'm eating my way into the grave, but I like it that way. Jasmine, there was a bowl here. In it were some bananas. Where are they?
I couldn't let you eat them, Magda. It would be like watching you commit suicide. Do you know how much potassium there is in the average banana?
I do, and I like it. I'm starving. What do you expect me to eat?
Calm down, calm down. If you ate properly, you wouldn't get upset like this. Here. Kelp, multivitamins, vitamin B12. You need that really badly, Magda.
What I badly need is food, Jasmine.
Oh, here it is. I knew I had some. Bran. It's really great, mixed with water for your roughage. Magda?
I'd like an appointment with Mr. Fife today, if possible, please. It's Miss Chelsea Redfern here. He's been expecting me to call. Yes, I'll wait. Look, I'm only asking for an appointment. I'm not asking for the moon. Yes, I know Mr. Fife says I'm underage, but you can tell Mr. Fife that I may not have assets and securities, but what I do have is a brilliant idea here, and it's going to make a ton of money. So thank you and goodbye. You know what the trouble is? You've got to be old and boring these days before anyone listens to any of your ideas. Oh, sorry, but I've just had it up to here with all these fusty old bureaucrats and their boring offices and their boring desks. All I want to do is borrow some money. I'm going to pay them back.
It's pretty hard when you haven't got a track record or any contacts.
I guess so.
However, you do have one contact you haven't thought about.
Who?
Me.
You?
Why not?
I didn't even think of you. Well, not with all that's been happening.
We won't talk about it now. The beer will be here any minute. But don't get up in too much of a hurry. Oh, does the place look all right? Does it look welcoming?
Of course it does. You're really looking forward to her coming back, aren't you?
Of course I am.
How come? Well, she ran out on you when everything was going wrong. Why aren't you upset or angry at her? I would be.
We can't afford to feel like that, Chelsea. She's done her best by this family. But she really was unhappy. I suppose she didn't think she had any choice. Sometimes when people don't think they've got a choice in their lives, they do very strange things.
Oh. Am I on time for the official state visit?
She'll be here soon.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you needn't be.
Cara, you're very kind, but I know better.
The main thing now is you're coming home. Miranda and I need you. We're not a real family without you.
I can't.
Oh, but we don't care what Rex said. Doesn't matter to us. You're still our grandmother. We still feel the same.
Please, Olivia.
Well, this is very difficult. You're all being very kind. But I need to have some time by myself. And I'll be staying with my friends until I've made a decision once and for all about my future. But you can all come and visit me. And in the meanwhile, you could just get on with your own lives. I think that's what I've come here to say. And I do want to see Miranda. I want to make sure she's all right.
Does your offer apply to me, too?
Why not? You're one of the family. And let's not forget it, I owe you a great deal. Families can't survive with too many secrets. I realize that now.
I'm glad you feel like that about the family, because I'll be staying on here for a little while. It seems to me that Cara needs some moral support. Strangely enough, it doesn't seem to have occurred to anyone else. I suppose that's because I'm the only one who's not too busy with his own life.
Seems like the sensible thing to do. I don't really want to be on my own just yet.
You wouldn't credit it, would you? A magazine full of articles and fashion spreads waiting to go to the printer, and I'm waiting for the crossword woman to deliver.
Well, maybe she got stuck. I always get stuck on crosswords.
Yes, well, I'll give her 4 across when she arrives. No sign of Poppy yet?
She's probably flaked somewhere.
I'll give her another call, will you, Shelley?
Bet she won't be there.
What are you doing, Jasmine?
It's my aura. It doesn't look right. Do you think it looks okay?
A bit grey, perhaps. Now, how's that swimwear spread coming on?
Well, I rang to try and get the model I wanted, but I couldn't speak to her agent.
Why not?
She was at the iridologist.
Why am I surrounded by these people?
She's not there. Told you so.
It was damp, Mr. Telfer, rising damp, and I, for one, have no intention of buying a damp house. So you can tell Mr. Dawkins that he can lower the price to whatever he likes, but I am not interested in buying his Coimarama condominium. I'll show you to your car.
So, Maxine's house hunting.
Why is my whole life spent dealing with illiterates?
Well, I told you you should have taken that vitamin B12 this morning.
Oh, look, Magda, I've got these ginseng tablets. You take about 12 of them and you feel really amazing.
I don't know how to get this through to your pretty little heads, but I am under stress because I am busy. I work very hard and I have a lot of responsibility. Now, I doubt whether it's ever occurred to any of you, but that's how magazines get published.
Thanks for enlightening us, Magda.
Oh, you'd think buying a house was easy, but no.
Have you got a minute, Maxine? The crossword's late again, and I'd like to go ahead without it.
Well, that's your problem, Magda. That's what I pay you for.
Oh, Maxine, we were wondering, are you selling your apartment?
As it happens, there's a Japanese businessman who's desperate to buy it. He saw it from a tour bus and fell in love with it.
Well, where will you live?
It was too small anyway. I need space.
Space, eh? Oh, the final frontier.
Well, there's lots of that down in Vicargill way, but I doubt whether that's what she had in mind.
Sounds like Maxine's moving up in the world.
But I didn't think she was moving to the suburbs, Jasmine.
You're not wrong there.
Do you know anything, Gemma?
Oh, I might. And then again, I might not.
She doesn't.
And I don't think she looked very happy either. I think she looked very worried.
I hope she'll come home soon.
Oh, she won't do that while Rex is still here.
I suppose not.
How come you can stand having him here after everything he's done? Doesn't he give you the creeps?
No, there's another side to Rex. Nice side. Perhaps we were too hasty about him. Maybe we didn't give him enough time to adjust to being part of the family.
The only mistake we ever made was ever opening the front door to him. I bet Grandma wishes she'd never done that. Why don't you?
Why don't you tell me more about this magazine of yours?
Are you sure you really want to know?
Why not?
Well, nobody else in this family has ever taken any of my ideas seriously, that's all.
Well, where's your proposal? The material you're going to take to the finance company?
you sure?
Shh.
Mrs. Redfern, Rex, what a surprise, the two of you were together.
We thought we'd like to have a little chat to you about money. About Aaron Sloane's money.
I think I explained to you that the public trustee takes over in cases like Mr. Sloane's.
In cases like this, but not this case. You and I both know that Aaron is too clever not to have covered every contingency, don't we, Giles?
We'll get to the point, Maxine, love.
We want to know where the real money is.
I think you fail to realise that while I act on Mr. Sloane's behalf, I am not Mr. Sloane. I've got no access to private documents or resources of his without his express permission. Now go away.
Oh, come on, Giles. You can do better than that.
Oh?
You've been cheating Aaron Sloane for years. I don't think he'd be very pleased to find out how much and for how long, do you?
Ridiculous. You don't know what you're talking about.
No? It's amazing what an interesting story a company's books can tell when they've been read by an expert.
A few thousand here, a few thousand there.
Peanuts, really, but enough to annoy Aaron Sloane, should he find out.
That would put an end to your little games.
Of course, we could avoid all that by doing a bit of business.
Why should I even talk to you?
Because you've been living in Aaron Sloane's shadow for too long now. Why be content with being number two?
And because you're greedy, like us.
You've got a proposition?
We do. And we think you're going to like it.
I'll listen.
It's simple, really. Why fiddle with the petty cash when you can have the whole bank balance?
What do you think?
They're amazing.
I think so too.
I like this one.
Legs! Show him legs and he'll go for it. What do you reckon, though, really? I was going to paint in some colour, but then I didn't. Well, you know, sort of like old interview magazine covers.
No, you don't need it. Do you know what I'd do? I'd do a real sort of op-art background. The whole 60s bit.
Maybe.
They're great photos.
Yeah. I'm lucky Bill taught me at Polytech. He says I can hang around his big setup so long as I don't get in the way. Hey, aren't you jealous?
Hey, did Chelsea tell you she was going to be late?
Chelsea? She's always late. Who knows what she's doing?
She had some plans, remember?
She's really good at that, planning. But what actually happens? Everything's just a game for her anyway.
Come on, that's not fair. You know she's having family hassles.
Family hassles? When aren't the Redferns having family hassles? There's nothing new in that.
Hi. Are you all right?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, what's happened?
We got the money.
You mean the magazine money?
You got it!
Chelsea! Oh, you're a winner!
What's in it for me?
A lot of money. I'm sure you could find a use for a lot of money.
I see. I make this hypothetical money available, and I give it to you. Out of the goodness of my heart, let's say. And I get money. Well, what sort of money? A percentage?
A fair share.
You overwhelm me. Now, what makes you think, even if I do cooperate, that you can get away with stealing from Aaron Sloane?
Oh, we'll get away with it all right, because we're taking away the one thing that makes him powerful.
His money.
Without his fortune, my father is a mere mortal like everyone else. Mad, certainly, but quite ineffectual.
I don't think you know much about your father. He's not the sort of man to let anybody get the better of him, mad or not. People who offend your father just vanish.
And how can he organise a vanishing from a maximum security wing and with no money?
Don't you think you're stretching credibility a little too far?
He's been in the bin before.
Yes, he has. Voluntarily and low security.
A percentage, you say?
Better than that. An equal partnership. A three-way split.
As it happens, there is an account. A very discreet account held in the Cayman Islands. In this account, there is between 40 and 50 million.
You're still 5 cents short.
Can I owe it to you?
Times are tough, huh?
You can say that again. I'm up to the limit on all my credit cards. I owe Magda a fortune on hers, and on top of that, I'm living on her charity. Can you believe it? Sleeping on Magda's sofa. And Felix won't be paying me back in a hurry. Well, not where he is.
I think you can write Felix out of the script. Pay rates aren't that fantastic on prison farms, so they tell me.
Well, they're not that great on magazines either. Especially not when your fiancé's run away with your life savings and the police have confiscated your entire wardrobe. I mean, by the time I get my furs back, they'll be hopelessly out of date.
Well, if things are that bad, maybe you should think about getting a part-time job. I always need barmaids, and you don't need a fur coat for that.
How's the family hero, then?
Mineral water?
Yeah, thanks.
I mean it. I was going to advertise today.
What's this, a champagne glass?
Well, I suppose I could give it a go.
Well, think about it. I'm going to be needing some time off. I've got a few plans in the pipeline.
So what's the story with paying back the money now that we've got it?
I'll look after that. I'll go and tell lawyers later on today and have the whole thing drawn up legally.
Must be nice to have connections.
Connections didn't help me get this money. I had to work at it.
Sure.
Hey, what does it matter? At least we've got the money. That's what counts.
It's only enough for the first issue. But after that, everyone will want to know us then. Those finance companies will be beating at the door to give us as much as we want.
Yeah, we'll show those boring old wallies in suits what a real magazine looks like.
Yeah, well, at least those boring old wallies have got an office, which is more than we have.
Well, we could base it here.
Oh, it is a bit small.
I'm hoping... Mum's out shopping for a new house and we're after lots of space so that we don't get in each other's hair all the time. If we can't afford anything else...
Well, it could be worth a look.
It's a bit old hat, this 60s stuff, isn't it?
Great. So now you're going to be Miss Moneybags as well as art director. Are you sure there's enough room in your great plan for anybody else?
Hey, what's your problem? I thought we wanted me to come up with the money. So what do you want me to do now? Give it back?
Oops. She'll be all right. But it is nice to see you back to your usual tactful self.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
You could call it Aaron's war chest. He's got the money salted away so he can fight off any unfriendly takeover bids for Phoenix. We set it up years ago to cover the possibility of a buyout if Aaron was on holiday.
Like now?
Like now.
So how do we get at it?
Well, it's not easy. I've got no access without his authority. Not only do I need his signature on all the relevant documents, but also his thumbprint. And he's the only one who knows the account number.
So we have to get him to tell us.
How does Aaron get his business information while he's inside?
I keep him briefed.
No one else? No other contacts?
No.
And this account is for fending off takeovers, right?
Yeah.
Well, we'll make a takeover.
With what?
Oh, come on, Charles, get with it. We'll forge the appropriate documents. I mean, newspaper cuttings, stock market reports, and anything else we'll need. And then you'll do the rest.
Me?
Yes, you're going to go to Aaron, armed with your little bits of paper, and you're going to convince him there's a big, bad corporation that wants to take over Phoenix, and you need access to the cash to fight them off. Aren't you, Charles?
Tell me all about it. Did the baby look well? And is Caro all right?
They're both very well, thank you, Dorothy. I adore them both.
And?
And they want me to go back home again. Oh, I don't know, Dorothy. Am I just being a stubborn old fool? I miss them all, but I don't feel I can go back yet.
Well, I can't think why not. Just pack your traps and trudge off. Oh, not that I want you to go, mind you, but I do know you've got to stop this fretting.
I don't know. I feel there must be some good reason why I feel this way. I feel I've got to drag out all my past and really look at it.
Flagellate yourself.
Yes, that too. Poof. Dorothy, life's so much simpler for you. You've always been so honest and down to earth. While that's how I've always wished to appear, I know it's simply not true. There's bad blood in my family, Dorothy, and I feel I have to atone for it. Just look at Bryce, the golden boy, living a lie all his life. And I feel it is my fault. I feel I must keep visiting him, trying to love him, and perhaps it might help. Perhaps all those dreadful things he did will have some perspective, be easier to understand. I have to keep visiting him, Dorothy. I have an obligation to him, to myself, to the family.
Oh, you think too much.
Yes.
That's good. I'm very pleased with that.
It'd be a darn sight better without that grovelling apology all over page 3.
Better an apology than no magazine at all.
Better 100,000 readers still with us than a weak-kneed grovelling apology that undermines our credibility and turns them away in droves.
The apology stays. There will be no discussion, and if that's all,
I don't
think...
suppose this grovelling apology has any connection with the fact that you're house hunting.
No, should it?
Who knows? Perhaps Dr. Chinnery's paying for the space. It's the best piece of free advertising he'll ever cop.
Oh, come on, Magda. It's only a damned apology.
Well, couldn't Rex score you a better deal? One without all the bootlicking?
What Rex may or may not have done is no concern of yours.
Like Gloss is now no longer a concern of yours.
What?
There's a lot of talk, Maxine. Perhaps you're leaving Gloss. Perhaps your mind isn't on the job. Perhaps you no longer have the interests of the magazine at heart like you once did.
I see the jungle tom-toms are beating. Well, I'm flattered to be the centre of so much innocent fun.
So it's not true, then?
That's not what I said.
Oh. Well, perhaps you ought to start thinking about morale around here. Because right now, a lot of people are feeling very threatened. And people who feel threatened are not happy. And they're not productive.
Oh, can I help you?
Yes, I wanted to see Maxine Redfern. What are my chances?
She has someone with her at the moment.
Oh, wait. G'day, Gemma.
Hi. Who shall I say is calling?
Shelley, don't you recognise him? It's Matt Winter.
Oh. Well, you look younger than you do on TV.
And much more handsome, you were going to say?
I wouldn't get that carried away. But you've got more hair than I thought.
Well, thank you. That is the nicest thing anyone said to me in years.
This is Shelley, our receptionist. Hi.
Shelley.
And Jasmine, our fashion editor.
Nay, Homer, Jasmine.
I read your article on the Paris fashion show. You didn't like Karl Lagerfeld's stuff. I thought his military look was great.
Well, you're probably right. To tell you the truth, I was asleep for most of it, and when I woke up, I thought we were being invaded by an army of Amazons. Carl thought it was a great joke.
Really? I realise you're after my job, but do you have to make it quite so obvious? I mean, couldn't you let your naked ambition be a little more subtle?
Don't prevaricate.
My, we are being belligerent.
We've all guessed you're going, so there's no need to be mysterious about it.
I shall let you know in the fullness of time.
Terrific. After all this, I get precisely nowhere.
And while you're acting as my understudy, you could bear a few things in mind. A good editor should be able to handle stress. Further, she should always be polite. And what's more to the point right now, a good understudy should be able to mind her own business if she knows what's good for her. Do I make myself clear?
What? You're talking to me about stress and polite. Polite? This from a woman who has tyrannized her staff for the past 20 years like a little Hitler.
Don't shout at me.
And why not? You're not the only one on the staff with a pair of lungs.
I will not be shouted at in my own office.
Fine. I'm going. And while you're at it, you might like to put the rest of the magazine together yourself for a change. After all, it's not me who takes 2-hour lunch breaks on final deadline days. Perhaps that's why I'm not good editor material.
You're not going anywhere.
Oh, and who says so?
I say so. You're paid damn well to get this magazine out, no matter who's taking long lunch breaks. And don't you forget it. Zig Heil. Oh, do you have an appointment?
No, just chancing my luck. Looks like I've come at a bad time.
Oh, not at all.
Just a little nervous tension.
Oh, all right. Well, look, I've done a trial column for you. Now, when Magda first suggested this, I didn't want to know, but I started to write, and it poured out. This is the best stuff I've done in years.
Really?
Hard-hitting, controversial, witty, exactly what your magazine needs. You'll increase circulation 50,000 overnight. Now, to kick it off with, you're going to need a fold-out pin-up of myself. Modestly airbrushed, of course. And all this for only $1,000.
Yes, Giles.
I'm amazed myself at the rapid downturn. I mean, you wouldn't believe it. Not after last week's stock exchange performance. But there were various intangibles that our New York advisors hadn't taken into account. And this takeover bid, well, it doesn't look good. I mean, it doesn't look good at all. In fact, it's the very situation that we've always guarded against. Well, here, look for yourself.
You know what you're doing, do it.
It's the Cayman Islands account. I'm going to have access.
They're bad.
I'm afraid so.
The number is 36400-534-233-86169.
And I'll need your signature. And your thumbprint.
Anything else?
No.
Good. You can go. I'm expecting someone else. Giles, really should do something about that coffee of yours.
Poppy, are you all right?
If you'd be so good as to show me to my desk. So kind.
I'll get you a black coffee.
Now, where was I?
Poppy, drink this. It'll make you feel much better.
Oh, there's nothing the matter with me. I don't need anything. I just need to be left alone to work. Now, who's been stealing my papers? Where's my keyboard gone? And who's been stealing my job?
Oh, shh.
And I thank you to keep a civil tongue in your head.
Oh, Poppy, look what you've done. It took me ages.
Magda! What on earth is going on? I see what you're up to. You're stealing my job. You're not gonna get away with it. Calm down, Poppy. And as for you, you're behind it, and I'll thank you to...
Poppy, are you drunk?
What?
I do believe you're drunk.
Never so insulted in my life.
Oh, go home and sober up.
Liquor has not passed my lips.
Now you're being tossed.
I insist on my rights to work.
And I insist you go home and sober up, otherwise there might not be a job to come back to.
Yes, come along, Poppy. So, it's come to this.
Yes, it has.
I knew it. You're jealous. Jealous of my talent. Don't think I don't know people haven't been covering up for you for years. Maxine Redfern, the invisible talent.
Get out of my office now.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here. It's deadline day. I've got work to do. Only everybody's trying to take it off me.
You're fired. Ha! Get out now!
Shouting, is it now, Maxine? Anyone would think you were under stress.
Stress? This office has been harbouring a drunk, and I want to know why.
Magda's known about it for ages, but she thinks it's unkind to victimize the afflicted.
Is this true?
Not entirely, no.
And what exactly does that mean?
Excuse me.
Bryce?
Hello, Mother.
Had a good day?
Oh, yes, yes. I've had a very interesting day.
Tracy! Get me Mel Bryant in the Cayman Islands, please.
Yes, Mr. Midcalf. It'll be in the middle of the night there.
Don't worry, he'll want to know about this. Well, you're in it now.
Hi. Can I join you?
Sure. So, how was your first day in Cloud Cuckoo Land?
I have not been in such an invigorating environment for years. Promise me it will always be like that.
Well, that won't be difficult. Maxine was pleased with your column. She's going to run it in the next issue. How did you get on about the money?
Well, she put up a struggle, which you've got to expect, but she finally saw the light.
Congratulations. She parts with her virtue readily enough, but she parts with her money under the greatest of reluctance.
A truly moral woman.
Here's to morality. Long may it flourish.
Long as it flourishes somewhere else.
You know, I suspect there's a wicked side to you.
Suspect? I would have thought you might be, hoping.
As a matter of fact, I was, yes.
Yo, Conrad, Scott.
Hello, stranger.
Hello. Haven't seen you for several hours.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything.
I think your wife might be trying to flirt with me.
She makes a career out of that sort of thing.
I hope you won't think I'm too forward, but
I simply adore etchings.
I'm rather fond of them myself.
So how long do we have to stay?
Why don't we go and get some videos or something?
You never babysat an adult before. Do you have to stay till bedtime?
I just don't want her to think she's all on her own.
You should have been a nanny.
Come off it. Are you sure you wouldn't like some pizza?
No, thank you.
I made some coffee. Oh, it's a bit cold, sorry.
So, what are your plans for this evening? Going downtown?
Oh, no, we just thought we'd stay here.
It's nice of you to think of me, but I'll be fine. You go out and have some fun.
Hey, turn that down a bit, will you? Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Sorry, I guess we are a bit noisy. Oh, come on, you guys. Let's go downtown and see what's happening. See you later. I'll only be an hour or so.
Have fun. And don't worry about me. Rex will be home soon anyway.
Chris, good to see you.
Hi, Al. Nice place.
Beer?
Thanks.
I'm Gemma Redfern, Alice's wife.
Oh, I'm pleased to meet you.
Pleasure's mutual. Who's your friend and where have you been hiding him?
Well, this is Chris Dunbar-Jones. Chris, this is Gemma.
We introduced ourselves. So, you own the stud farm?
Oh, not me, my grandmother.
Oh, Dorothy.
Mm-hmm.
And you're looking after Olivia?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how is she?
She's great. Really well. Blooming.
Good. Well, if you guys have got business to discuss...
Yes. We are about to have a beer.
Well, I wouldn't want to stay where I'm not wanted.
They told me that kind of treatment doesn't work.
All sorts of things don't work in my marriage.
Hi, Magda. Hi, Matt.
Magda. What the hell? Jasmine, what are you doing?
Shifting.
You're leaving?
Well, Shelley's got a room at her place. It's bigger, closer to town, and spiritually more attuned to what I need right now. Not that I'm saying living with you hasn't been nice.
It's true, I've been a brick.
My flatmate just walked out. Well, ran out with a month's rent owing. Cow.
How sad.
And I'm going to be working for Alistair at night, so I'll be able to pay rent.
You don't mind, do you, Magda? Losing Jasmine like this?
I'll probably cry for a week. How long is this shift going to take? It's my dress, Jasmine.
Oh, shouldn't be too long. I've got some stuff in the dryer. That'll be about an hour.
How about that drink?
I'd love one.
Hi. Is Magda in?
Yeah, through there.
Hi there.
Hi.
Oh, I'm so glad you're home.
Why?
It's this layout of ours. We just can't seem to get it right. We can't make up our minds on the typeface.
Oh, I don't like that blue. Why don't you try a fluorescent sort of cobalt with an acid lime green?
By all means, Jasmine, help yourself. Pass it round. Food, anyone?
I'm fine, thanks.
Yes, thanks.
Hey, Shirley, you want some champagne?
We're not sure if you can run the lettering like that or like that.
Oh, look, here. I'm sure you can.
Oh, thanks.
Down the side.
You could have.
Good day's work, I'd say, wouldn't you?
Very promising all round.
To money.
2 millions.
Our partner. A good day's work at the office.
A day where everything went according to plan.
You mean you got the autograph and everything else you need?
I did.
Whoopee. Two absent friends.
Two absent friends. I think we're in business. It was all so easy in the end. Too easy.
Planning, that's all it needed. Brilliant planning.
Oh, it's the gilt on the gingerbread, the icing on the cake. It's monuments and mirror glass, the city's on the make. The devil takes a hindmost and no one counts the cost. It's such a sweet seduction. Lost. Could call it ambition. Did someone whisper greed? Don't want you for a friend if you're a friend in need. Not gonna tell the truth if you swallow a lie. I want the icing on the cake. Lord.